Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of the thumbnail and what I'm holding in my hand right now, today I will be giving you my first impressions, my review of the Carnival for the Antidote palette from Bperfect and Stacey Marie. It's the fourth collaboration and I couldn't be happier because I love those collaborations. Every single palette they've come out with I absolutely loved, and this time around they've decided to lean towards like fall autumny colours, and I absolutely love it. So if you would like to know my thoughts on this palette and how I achieved this look, then all you have to do is keep on watching. Before I get on with the makeup, I'm just going to say I absolutely love this packaging. I kind of wish they came out with a mirror because I like this sort of, you know, like sensual colour blur thing even more so than I liked the Carnival 3. I'm so gonna get confused naming these all. I had to get a mirror because I lost all my mirrors. How do you do that? I don't know. I'm super excited. I want to open it. If you haven't seen it yet, you're about to see it, but this is the colour scheme: warm tones and greens. That's the one thing I don't like about Bperfect, and I absolutely get it. You know, I paid my hard-earned money for this, but you get the palette in the cardboard box, which is nice because you can recycle this, and then you get it in the bubble wrap, and then you get that film. Is that necessary? Please at least get rid of this, you know. And it probably, and it does, have that plastic sheet in there as well. A lot of plastic, unnecessary plastic to me. Love the packaging. I actually really like this. I like how they did that for as part of the actual palette, and this is what it looks like inside. Looking at it, I kind of like it. It has like 3 warm tones, pinkish, brown, super fall autumny colours right here. Then it's got some natural neutrals, everyday sort of browns, and then another 3 with greens. I kind of like it. Very, like I said, autumny fall vibes. I think it's perfect that she came out with this now. The timing of the launch couldn't have been any better. This is all boring background stuff. I just want to mention it because I'm sure Stacey Marie and the Bperfect team have thought about those things, and I kind of want to, you know, appreciate that. Let me just move some stuff around because I've got a whole box there. I've got another thing there. So we've already seen the palette, but she also came out with some liquid eyeshadows. That's what they are called. Liquid eyeshadows. I got 2. I got Venom and Honey because to me all 5 or 6 looked quite similar. I just picked out 2, the ones that stood out to me that I thought were reasonably unique. I knew I wasn't going to use the red ones. I don't really wear reds that much. Let me zoom it in and let me try these because I'm excited. You're excited to see this. You want to know my review, and I have kept babbling. So let's do that. I'm not swatching these because we all know swatching is old news, more or less. It only kind of shows you the pigmentation of the eyeshadow. If you've worked with eyeshadow, if you're a makeup enthusiast, you'll know that it's not about the initial pigmentation, because a swatch can look nice, but it might be hard to blend. It might blend out too much, and swatch is not an indication of a good eyeshadow. I've just finished Money High season, the newest one. What is it? I think it's number 5. So I'm inspired. I'm going to pick up a Fuego, and it is like this very dusty sort of pinkish purpley shade. And I'm putting it in the center of my crease. I always like to kind of tap first and then start to blend very lightly. And I'm going to take Fuego and stamp it on the outer corner in like an angle. I'm going to wing this out. I actually quite like this shade because it's buildable, therefore it should be quite easy to blend out. The shade is blending into like this nice pink. I really like it. I don't want to put just one shade all over my crease, so I'm going to take the shade that's next to it called Fall. It's a beautiful coral, and I'm going to put it on my inner sort of fifth of my crease. It's gonna get dramatic up in here today, and you know, I'm blending it out, blending it all over like so, almost onto my nose a little bit. I'm even going to take a super fluffy brush, and I'm going to need to take some Pampers, and I'm putting it on the edge of Fall, this pink, sort of into my brow there. And then just to tie this bit, I'm going to take a little bit of Fall, and I mean a little bit, it's quite a nice pigmented shade, and I'm putting it on the edge right here. I need that sort of peachy yellowy shade again, and I'm putting that at the very top. I already know I'm gonna need a black today, but I love it. I love these shades. The Fuego kind of stuck to my wet lid, but I'm gonna manage to blend it out. It's very pigmented, and like I said, it kind of got stuck to that wet base that I had. As always, I'm kind of reapplying all of the shades. A second layer kind of gives the vibrancy and the blend that these shadows deserve. I highly recommend doing that. Okay, up in here, I'm going to also take a little bit of Pretty Peachy, a really nice yellow shade that's sort of peachy, just to bring in here. You know, you can never go wrong with like a sunset eye colours. Okay, I think I'm going to cut my crease today. As always, to cut my crease, I'm going to take a Q-tip and some makeup remover. That's my favourite way. I don't like to add Vaseline and cut my crease that way. You can do nice and high. I want drama today. So I'm doing a full cut crease. I haven't played with eyeshadow in a minute, so this is super exciting for me. Before I do anything with the lid, even though I do like this sort of eyeshadows outside the frame look, I might want to use these. So let's open them. I have Honey, which is like a very warm toned gold. Ooh, I like that. That looks so good. Let's have a look. That is pretty. I think that's going to be on my eyes today. But I also have Venom, a shade that I have not seen before. Almost like it's like a dirty greeny sort of gold. I like that too. I'm going to take Pampers again and then just kind of dust it on my bare lid. It should show up just ever so slightly. It's going to add a little bit of warmth to my natural eye, my skin. And I have to kind of create almost like a liner look with my eyeshadow to then be able to kind of draw on the outside of it. So I'm taking an angled brush and I'm taking that initial shade, which is Fuego. I'm joining it on the outer corner. And now the harder part. I kind of want to blend this like on the outside of this line, so it kind of blends out. I'm just taking a little bit of Fuego on a fluffy brush, beginning to kind of create that very soft look again. If I forgot to mention, my mum is ill. She's in another room, and if you can hear coughing, it's her, bless her. I just took Fall and now a little bit of Pampers. I'm probably saying that wrong. Pampers. Isn't that like a brand of diapers? I don't know. I kind of like this. It made sense in my head. And that's that. But what I think is going to kind of bring this all together is a line made with this liquid eyeshadow. I'm going to take a liner brush, and this eyeshadow, I'm going to take the eyeshadow on the back of my hand in like a clump, just in case it dries quite quickly. Oh yes. Sometimes with a liquid eyeshadow like this, you need 2 layers. This is coming off quite nicely. I might still do 2 layers. And I'm going to go on the inside edge of this almost liner look. Cute. I like this, it looks nice, but to me it just doesn't have that and that oomph I feel like is going to come from a little bit of black. So I'm dipping into my Carnival 3 palette. As you can see, it has been used and abused, especially this black. What is it called? Black Beach. Black Beach is one of my favourite, probably my favourite black ever. I'm going to start off by taking that liner brush first and just kind of blending that black on the edge. I'm taking a clean angled brush. This is quite fluffy, quite big, and I like to use these to do something like this. They're too thick. This brush is too thick for liner work, but it's good to blend out or smoke out either a lash line or to blend some eyeshadow in after you've already sort of done the precise work. Just adds dimension to the look, as you can hopefully see. It just needs a little bit more definition. That purple by itself just wasn't dark enough, and even though I've put it on twice, it just ain't contrast enough. So to me already, I just think it's not the best idea to not have a black in this. I'm quite happy with this. Let me do my other eye off camera and I will be right back. I actually really like it. It makes me, you know, feel badass. Time to do the base. I'm going to whiz through it because that's not the focus of today. I'm going to take my favourite foundation, the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. And before I finish off my base really quickly, I'm going to try out something new to me. This is a shape stick from Bperfect, and I have the shade Latte. Ooh, quite warm. I did want to go for like a warmer shade rather than like super cool toned. I prefer to look bronze than like contoured. Cool. I like it. Nice and easy, blended in. It's very sheer, which can be a good thing. However, I do like just a little bit more definition, and I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Butter Biscuit cream bronzer. I love this. This is even better than the shape stick. Time for concealer. I'm taking my usual Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite concealer, but I have to be very careful on the outside portion of my eye because obviously my eyeshadow is sort of blended there already. Time to powder. I'm taking Laura Mercier Translucent. I do often sort of set my cream bronzer with a powder bronzer. This is KVD, those two shades that I use, just not the darkest one. And I mix the two because one is warmer and one is a little bit cooler, and then it kind of allows me to just blend this sort of contour bronze situation in even more. I like to look bronzed. I haven't worn highlighter in months, but I think with this look it's gonna look pretty nice. I'm going to take Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Iced Highlighter. It is a lovely highlighter. What do I want to put on my lower lash line? I have no idea. So we gotta think of something. I think it might be a cool idea to have that green side. I'm not the biggest fan of greens on my lower lash line, but we shall see. I'm taking Clover, which is like a very like foresty green, almost like moss sort of green. Because my lower lash line is powdered, it's obviously not going to stick to my lower lash line as well. Now I need something that I can sort of blend this in with. So I'm taking a slightly fluffy brush. In fact, I'm going to take Antidote, the name of the palette, on the very outer corner. Blending in that green down so it blends, so it fades. So it's not just a line. I'm going to take Sable, putting that in the middle. And now I need to lift this look because the lower lash line looks pretty heavy and dark, which is fine, but I just don't want it to be like super, you know. I'm going to take Moss and putting it on the inner portion. I might even add that liquid eyeshadow in there. I think I'm going to use Honey, like the eyeshadow called Honey in the palette. I just feel like I'll have a little bit more control with it. That's exactly what I wanted. That Honey shade from the palette has lifted the look. It looks a lot more yellowy, but that's absolutely fine. It still does what I needed it to do, and that is to kind of bring a little bit of life into this look. Let me catch up with my other side, and then we're gonna slowly finish this look up. I love this. Looks really nice, looks really cool. Should I add more black? As a final touch, I'm going to go back to my Carnival 3 Black Beach shade, the black, and I just want to intensify that very outer corner. That little bit of black just helps to merge the top and the bottom lid, and I don't know, it just adds dimension. Is it necessary? Definitely not, but I kind of like it. I've grown to really like black in makeup. And last but not least, I'm going to do the lips. I'm inspired by the packaging, and I want this sort of purpley magenta-y look. I do have a lipstick from Dose of Colours that could potentially go with this, but if you've seen the video, you'll know that I hate the formula, so I decided to buy these two lipstick. I think I'm going to go with this purple, this Vampy. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards this one. This is Escapist from Maybelline Superstay Ink. Maybe I should mix the two. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Believer on the top. Alright you guys, so here it is. This is my final look I came up with today. I used the Carnival for the Antidote palette from Stacey and Bperfect. I really enjoy this palette. I really enjoy the look. As expected, the Bperfect quality of eyeshadows is amazing. If you have not got a Bperfect palette yet, I highly recommend you trying them out. I have the Carnival 1 and the Carnival 3 and now the Carnival 4. This isn't anything new, but in a Stacey Marie fashion. This is colourful, but it's definitely more of like a fall sort of vibe. I really like it. I'm not surprised. The minute she announced that she's got another palette coming, I knew I had to buy this. I kind of bought it without really analysing it, and now it's in front of me. I absolutely love it. Let me know down in the comments below if you like this look, if you like the palette. Do you want me to create more tutorials with this palette or not? I would love to know. If there's any takeaways from this video, don't bother with the shape stick. I prefer the Fenty Beauty one, the Fenty Beauty cream. This is just convenient because it's a stick, but I definitely prefer the Fenty one. When it comes to the liquid shadows, I love them. They dry down nice and matte. Well, they dry down, not matte, because they are shimmery. I haven't used the Venom one yet. If it's not obvious, I highly recommend buying this palette. As always, I hope you have enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. But for now, thank you so much for watching. You are the best, and I hope to see you next time.